Today, the Syrian war enters its 10th year. This war has destroyed some of the oldest cities in the world, killed more people than we'll ever know, and scattered 2/3 of its population in search of refuge. And it isn't over.
Epic humanitarian crisis, the biggest wave of refugees in modern history. Desperate men, women, and children by the tens of thousands.
Their long walk may be over, but their long wait has just begun.
They land with little but their dreams. They left everything behind, above all, war. Their suffering clear.
جشفت على بيت رفقاتي قتلوا أخوان وزلمين قتلوهم وقطعوا رؤوسهم وحرقوهم.
في عالم نامت صايمة مع تفائل.
يعني مأساة من سوريا ومأساة من هون من لبنان ومشكلة كل الدنيا علينا شو بدنا نسوي؟
The world's fastest growing humanitarian crisis as thousands of Rohingya refugees are spending a fourth night stranded near the border with Bangladesh.
On the way, we saw many dead people, their heads and limbs chopped off. The slaughter took place house by house.
A bullet killed my father when he went to the market during last year's violence. This time they burned my mother. I was terrified and I hid in a paddy field when I saw a big group of people walking towards me. I joined that group and came here.
Born on a riverbank, he first opened his eyes to see a cruel world in which it seems there's no place for him or the other Rohingya Muslims. I begged God to save us, her husband Mohammed tells me. We hadn't eaten for 2 days and she went into labor. I don't know what will happen to my baby now. He's so fragile.
Palestinians have been killed following a missile strike. The children were hit while playing on swings.
The United Nations says just 10% of Gaza's 2 million people have access to safe drinking water.
My children get sick because of the water. They suffer from vomiting, diarrhea. Often, I can tell the water is not clean, but we have no other option.
Yemen is unraveling. In the north, airstrikes pound Iran-backed rebel strongholds.
As it stands, food aid isn't reaching everyone in need, like in the northwestern city of Hajjah.
This is what the world's worst humanitarian crisis looks like.
14-month-old Mansour suffers from what's known as severe acute malnutrition.
Her fragile body, like Yemen's plight, is a horror beyond words. The trauma of severe malnutrition has taken its toll. Her tiny arms are so thin, the doctors say she's lucky she's still alive.
Life is slipping away from Maimona Shagadar. She suffers the agony of starvation in silence. No longer able to walk or talk, at 11 years old, little Maimona's emaciated body weighs just 24 pounds.
In the villages of Yemen, it's the children who suffer most. Wherever you go, you can see the human cost of this war.
And Allah will ask on the Day of Judgment, who did this to you? Who did this to you? Who put you in this situation? And Allah will also ask, and who came to your aid? and you are presented with a people in distress, you need them as much, if not more, than they need you. What does it mean to actually be the answer to someone's prayer? How beautiful is it when that person raises their hands to the skies for you?